Hello everyone, welcome to GametechUK. In this video I'm going to give you my thoughts and impressions on the Sony E3 conference. Right, straight in, got the notes so you know how it works. Right, first off, the venue was totally different to the Microsoft one. It was an old-fashioned English style playhouse, basically, theatre. It seemed a bit out of place. Even the singing, I mean, they had a live orchestra there, which was great. I didn't know when I first started watching it that they was going to play throughout the whole conference, so that turned really well. But to start with, there was some geezers there with books. They hadn't learnt their lines, and a little bit out of tune to start with. It was all a bit weird. So I thought, okay, well, this is a totally different style. I mean, this is PlayStation. It should be modern and snappy, and they've gone very old school. But that's okay. I went with it. The crowd seemed to enjoy it, and then all of a sudden we got straight into what was God of War. The crowd absolutely went crazy for it. And I like the way they sort of cleverly constructed the camera angle. There's no loading screens, no cutscenes. For a cutscene, the camera sort of swivels round and follows the action of the cutscene. Then it comes back to you. So I really like what they've done there. But even that was a little bit awkward. It seemed to go on for ages. It was becoming a bit of a walking simulator. It was just watching this God of War and his son just walking through the wilderness, and it was a bit like, this is a bit awkward. Okay, this isn't very snappy. Then I realised that the orchestra were playing live to the game, and I sort of, okay, this is pretty good. I like what they're doing here. And then when it got to the bit where the son has they've had a few boss battles. The son's got to make the choice to cut into the deer. I was sold at that point on the game. The orchestra were playing, the emotion was in the game, and I was like, okay, this looks really, really good. So now the sort of atmosphere was starting to buoy up, and it was settling down. Then they went in to show a demo or a trailer from Last Guardian. You know, the one with the big fluffy dog, what looks like, but this is becoming a bit of a trend because this game was as a trailer in last year's E3. You know, I mean, if you are going to show it again, why are you not showing us any more gameplay? Okay, they gave a release date. I think it's later on in this year. It looks like a PlayStation 2 game to me, so I'm not that excited there. Then they showed Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, this game has got some of the most unique enemy I've ever seen. They're a mixture between sort of cyborg, bison, horses. It was very, very good and definitely unique, the way that these enemies have got this sort of corrupted sort of feature to them, where they go a bit, you'll know what I mean when you watch the trailer. But it was lost a little bit because, to me, I'd never seen God of War 3 or this game, and setting-wise, they looked exactly the same. It could, if they'd done a quick cutscene and they'd played both, they looked identical. The setting looked identical. The weather, the autumn look of the wilderness. So I think really it didn't do much for. God of War got away with it. It was a big reveal. That was fine. Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, could have been moved to later on in the show to give it the impact it needed, because it looked very, very similar to God of War. Detroit Become Human put out a trailer. Now this game, I don't know about this one. I don't know much about it. Is it their answer to Quantum Break? Because, you know, it had a bit of a Quantum Break feel to it. I'm not sure. This sort of thing where you've got choices along the way, it's almost like you've got to play it through 3 or 4 times to keep making the wrong choices, and then, oh right, okay, now I know what was the right choice, now I can move on to the next section, make a load of wrong choices, find out which one's right. So I don't know, but what I would like to see, I'd love to see this as a film. It looked fantastic. They got the little sort of cyborg thing up on the head there. I think it'd make a brilliant film. Then, wow, Resident Evil in VR. Oh my god. This, I mean, for anyone who's a PlayStation 1 old school fan like myself and beyond, but when really gaming started picking up to a real level where it was impressive, and you had Resident Evil through the mansion. Wow, I love that. And to be able to play this thing in VR, wow. I mean, I was literally biting my nails watching the trailer. I think the gameplay was awesome. Not the best graphics. I think they're trying to be a bit realistic with the PlayStation VR and not oversell it, which is good. So the crowd loved the VR. Now we're starting to think, hang on, I mean, the way he introduced it with the VR is that 40 million PlayStations already in people's homes can just plug this in. And I think what he was sniping almost at the Xbox camp, saying, this lot over here have had to introduce more powerful consoles to bring you up to the VR option. You haven't got to do that with PlayStation. What you've brought was the right decision. Thank you for buying it, and here's an addition to it. And I think that really hit home to me, the fact that Xbox were giving us new hardware. Okay, the PlayStation VR is new hardware, but to run on the current console, I like that. And to not mess about, he gave VR dates and price as well. So people went absolutely crazy on that. Then while the hype is up, bang, straight in with Star Wars VR. Oh my God, can you imagine as a child you can actually step into the X-Wing? And they didn't show much gameplay, so I don't know how far into development the game is, but you know, Star Wars and VR, X-Wing, space battles, you've got a winner. You have absolutely got a winner. And Batman's going to VR as well. Okay. Final Fantasy, let's skip that. Right, now Call of Duty. Now, as soon as Call of Duty come on, I was a bit like, oh, you know, I'd already seen the trailer. I'd already spoke about a trailer in one of my previous videos. Not impressive at all. Certainly not when you put it next to Battlefield 1. But I was watching it, so I continued to watch it. I'm sorry to say, it won me over. The gameplay that they were showing, yes, it's gone future yet again, but maybe this time they've got it right. The gameplay was totally unique, set in space with all the gravity issues going on and the weapons, the futuristic weapons. I'll be honest with you, I think I'm going to get this. It's not out till April next year, so I'd have calmed down a little bit on Battlefield 1. I think I was won over based on that, not trailer, the gameplay. The trailer definitely didn't sell it to me, but I think I'll get the Call of Duty. I'm going to give it a try. So it's surprise, surprise. And then, oh my God, I mean, talk about nostalgia. This is what I love about gaming. This is why I'm so passionate about what I do, you know. Crash Bandicoot, the way the geezer come onto the stage with the little Crash Bandicoot behind him doing his little trotting, and the music, I was like, oh yes, please, because again, such nostalgia. And he says he's gonna they're gonna introduce Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and I think 3. I don't know whether they're bringing out a new one. It's probably going to pave the way. But a lot of nostalgia there, and I really felt it. I was like, oh yes, thank you. You know, a little game that isn't going to be a AAA release, but something you can really get your teeth into. So I was really happy to see that. 2 pages on this one. Then Hideo Kojima ruined the whole atmosphere by doing his bloody Michael Jackson walk down the stage with the lights lighting up as he was walking, but he was walking too fast. Totally wasted. Funny. Had me laughing, but not for the right reasons. Then he gave us a demo of Death Stranding. He said it's all running in real time, but it was just a trailer. It gave no indication of gameplay at all. It's all right saying it's running in real time, but you know, it gave me nothing. It was a really good trailer, but it gave us nothing. I don't know what the game's about. It's ridiculous when they do that. Spiderman, again, only a trailer, but it's from Insomniac Games, so I've got a lot of trust there. Can we please finally have a movie tie-in game that is credible, because it's been a long time, a very long time. Then they ended with Days Gone demo, and that does look really good. I love the decay, the desperation, the wild animals, and it started out very desolate. Then all of a sudden you turn a corner and it's just horde upon a horde of zombies, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm definitely into this. So I think all in all, it was a really, really good E3 for Sony, and like one of their taglines, it was for the players. It seemed to be, okay, they did it very cleverly. We know there's a PlayStation Neo coming, but they didn't mention it. I think the point they wanted to get across is, Forget what Microsoft are doing, introducing this family of Xboxes, replacement upon replacement, small incremental replacements to bring it up to where it should be. Don't worry about that. You stick with our console. We're still supporting it. Everything we've got here will run on your console and is designed for your console. So just enjoy it. And I think that really come across. I mean, 40 million customers they've got that can plug the VR in. Now, there was talk of the reason why they're bringing the Neo is because the VR doesn't run very well on the PlayStation. I don't know. We have to wait for reviews. It's only out at the end of the year, so I'll probably get it. So you know, we'll do some reviews on the channel. But let's wait and see. But I really enjoyed this this E3 presentation, full of games, full of gameplay. And yeah, it was really good. So next up, so before that, you let me know in the comments whether you agree with my thoughts, if they missed anything, whether they did too much of something, not enough. Leave your comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. My next video is going to be on the PC E3 conference. Really interested to watch that. And I will see you in the next video.